What's up, guys? On today's episode of SLC Puck, we're talking tuna. Liam O'Brien has been electric, scoring goals, dropping the mitts, getting the place on fire. Oh, and not to mention, Nick Schmaltz, a.k.a. Big Nick Energy, he's lit the lamp 4 times in the last... What's up, everybody? Welcome to SLC Puck. I'm your host, Austin Facer, and I'm in a very good mood.
Yes.
I'll tell you why.
Okay.
And I'm joined by my sister, Sammy.
Yes.
We did our best to book Liam O'Brien's Spicy Tuna for this episode. The best we could do, being that we're recording this right after the Utah Mammoths win on Sunday against the Boston Bruins, the best we could do was get Sammy in a fish outfit for her weekly appearance on Sam Cam Sunday. So thank you for joining us. We were just trying to look this up. You're not dressed as a tuna.
No. This was the closest.
It seems like just a generic fish. If we have any zoologists watching the show or any fishery experts, please
just imagine I'm a tuna.
Imagine Sammy's a tuna. Well, you know what I don't have to imagine, Sam?
We've been saving this costume for when Liam O'Brien
did something big.
Yes.
And he's had some big moments over the last couple games. We'll get into that in just a moment. I want to introduce an exciting new concept to the NHL, to Utah Mammoth fans, to the hockey world in general.
Okay.
And this exciting new concept requires a few key ingredients, okay?
Okay.
The key ingredients, Sam: a pair of tusks,
cotton candy,
some blue fur that looks like cotton candy, about 6'5" of cuddles and toughness at the perfect combination.
Yes.
And a jersey emblazoned 00. And if you can put it all together, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Tusky Magic. The Utah Mammoth are 3-0-0 since unveiling their new mascot. It just feels like there's something magical about mascots, and we seem to have one that has the winning formula.
The only undefeated mascot in the NHL. And
I fully expect that to continue for the entirety of this team's run in Utah. We're going to go 41-0 this season, 42-0 next season, and then every other season every season after that for the rest of our lives. So very exciting times. Hey, if you've got Tusky fever, I bet you also have Big Tusk Energy. Let's not forget here, guys. Big Tusk Energy, the presenting sponsor of SLC Puck. It's what powers all our fun here. It's for fans who know what they're packing. Awesome stuff. Hats, shirts, hoodies. We've even got some blankies in there. Lots of good stuff here. The hat we have right here in our hero image is a great hat. I love this hat. And
what
now
happened to yours?
I can say now I miss that hat. I no longer am in possession of that hat. I'll tell you who does, though. I'll tell you who has that hat.
Someone with Big Nick Energy.
Someone with Big Nick Energy. Big Nick Energy has that hat. And I was happy to give it to him.
Yes,
of course. I'm talking, of course, about the jubilation that followed Nick Schmaltz's 3rd goal on Friday night against the San Jose Sharks. An offensive explosion by the Utah Mammoth. For those of you who are new to the hockey zeitgeist, the hockey vocabulary, 3 goals in a single game is called what, Sam?
A hat trick.
A hat trick, yes. And what do fans do when someone to celebrate a hat trick?
They toss their hats on the ice.
Toss their hats on the ice. And I had the wonderful fortune of sitting in the lower bowl. Our good friends at a bar named Sue took me and the lady friend to the game on Friday. And so I was close enough to give it a good attempt.
Yes.
But here's actually what happened, guys. I had every intention of throwing the hat on the ice. I think it ultimately got there eventually, or maybe
in your
got
video
close.
you can see that it made it there.
But I was holding the hat up to film it, because everything's content nowadays. Has to be content. and the guy in front of me just smacked it out of my hand and hit it towards the ice, which was hilarious. And I wanted to be mad at him.
But wasn't it payback?
It was payback because I had spilled a beer on him during Nick Schmaltz's second goal. So, you know, it was a good trade-off. And he promised that he was going to buy his own Big Tusk Energy hat. So I'm waiting for that to come in. So you know who you are, young man. But no, it was super fun. First ever hat trick at home for the Utah Mammoth, Nick Schmaltz. And I'll tell you what was really great about Friday's game, Sam, is this like turned out to be like the ultimate like shut up, we're good, we know what we're doing kind of game, you know, in a big way. I'm sure you've seen on like there's been a little bit of banter on our Discord, but really it's been more active on like the Clean Hits Hockey Discord. Some people have been like a little impatient with Nick Schmaltz.
Yeah. And I mean, we were a little bit last year too, you know, and so
took him 23 games to find the back of the net last year.
So we thought we were going to have to help him out again, but he did not. Tyson asked, "This is for you." He did not want to see Austin's areolas.
Nope. He said one glance at those hairy areolas was enough
plenty.
for me. Maybe it was the threat of seeing my hairy areolas again.
The thought of it was like, oh, I better score.
Yeah. Obviously, last year, if you're new to SLC Puck, we were trying to help Nick Schmaltz out, and so I boosted his Big Nick energy by ripping my shirt off in dramatic fashion. And it worked. It really did. He turned the corner after that, but not necessary.
I have one more comment about Nick Schmaltz. My alternative costume tonight was I was going to dress up as a grandpa because Nick Schmaltz, grandfather, has been in the building for both hat tricks.
Yeah, of his
career.
That's interesting. Why does he not have season tickets then?
I know he should.
Whatever. That sounds like a joke, but it would actually be a good investment by the hockey operations group to get Nick Schmaltz's grandfather in the building for all their games. If we believe there's a connection there.
If you look at the record, for sure.
2 games, that's enough to prove it, right?
Yep.
And hey, just a quick reminder, I'll throw up an ad about this later, but if you guys find yourselves now loving Nick Schmaltz and you want to celebrate all things Nick Schmaltz, I happen to have one of Schmaltz's sticks and a pair of his gloves that I want to give away to somebody. All you got to do is go to slcpuck.com, subscribe to get free emails sent to your inbox every time I publish new content. So, you know, just something to consider, guys, something to think about. But again, like I said, it was such a like a shut up, you know, kind of game, you know, prove everybody wrong kind of thing. You know, the big story surrounding this team, I think going into Friday's game was like, why is the offense not that great? Right? Valid concerns. You know, they didn't play particularly well earlier in the week against Chicago. Sure, they beat Calgary at home in the home opener. Calgary looks like one of the worst teams in hockey this year, though. They also only put up 1 goal in the season opener against Colorado, which they lost 2-1 decision on the 9th, and then just 2 goals in a they scored 3 in the overtime win against Nashville, but only 2 goals in regulation. So people are like, "Where's the freaking offense, you guys?" And I'll tell you where it was. It was everywhere on Friday night. Clayton Keller also had 4 points. I just dropped their name, but I'm sure you guys are aware that, you know, as an independent hockey platform, I also celebrate other independent hockey platforms. One of my favorites is the Clean Hits podcast. And I want to show you something, Sam, because I think this might creep you out.
Okay.
It creeps me out. Here, we'll just cue this up. This is from the Clean Hits episode just before the game on Friday. Look at it. Listen to this. Listen, and this is Trent and Brad here.
This cold streak of the offense can't hold. The underlying metrics are there. You're seeing the chemistry develop. You're seeing the chances. You're seeing them hold possession of the puck, sustain offensive pressure. They're starting to get more and more into the slot. They're just not generating from the slot yet, but that's inevitable. I mean, every coach at every level from age 6 all the way up, go to the net. You know, if you want to score, go to the net. And they're starting to do that. So I almost feel like there's just going to be an explosion of offense here very soon. The lid's going to pop off of this thing, and we're going to start seeing a lot of results. I think a game against the Sharks is a good option for that to happen.
Dead last,
and I'd love
against.
Yes, So this is brewing to be a perfect storm. It is a little bit of a trap game. The Sharks haven't won a game yet, so they'll probably be pretty desperate out there. So that's something to keep in mind, that they're going to be playing for pride a little bit.
All right, that creeps me out. I don't know. Here's why people come to my show instead of Clean Hits, Sam, because I'm lighthearted. I'm fun. I'm not. I haven't made any deals with the devil.
Okay.
You know, I'm the angel on everyone's shoulder. Clean Hits, though, Trent Hast in particular, Trent Hast, I should say, excuse me, has clearly made a deal with the devil. This is like the third or fourth time he's been extremely clairvoyant about something. So again, I'm just saying, if you're looking for if you're a hockey fan, a Utah Mammoth fan, you're looking for a holier alternative to podcast, I think it's clear just by that example.
Yeah.
I'm just a guy in a freaking costume who's, happy to be here, commenting and, throwing hats on the ice. These guys, it's borderline satanic how good they are at breaking down hockey. It creeps me out. So anyway, I just wanted to get that out there, make that pitch, do the right thing, guys. Subscribe to me. If you must, jump over from the satanic offerings of the Clean Hits podcast. Hey guys, real quick, just want to say, if any of you have lost your hat because you threw it onto the ice after Nick Schmaltz's hat trick the other night, I know the place to go to get a new hat. I got to get one of these myself. I threw my lid onto the ice the other night. I'm going to go to BigTuskEnergy.com to get me a new hat. The Big Tusk Energy Utah hockey inspired snapback. This guy right here. It's got the script logo. It's got the SLC Puck branding on the back and a little woolly creature on the side. This is a great way to go. It's a great way to show your Utah hockey love and to let everybody else know what you're packing at the same time. Big Tusk Energy merch is a great way to support SLC Puck. Lots of great stuff here as well. Hats, t-shirts, beanies, blankets, and all the original fun from the SLC Puck collection as well. So head to slcpuck.shop or bigtuskenergy.com. Great way to support the show. Now let's get back to it. But that game on Saturday was incredible. But it was so amazing that, like, in a game where there was the offensive explosion, where Trent Hess's prediction did come true, we saw the first ever hat trick at home by the Utah Mammoth. The most exciting moment of the game was just kind of a fluky goal scored by a guy at the end of the bench. The Tuna Man.
Yeah.
That was like, that really got the building pretty wired. People were fired up about it. I mean,
we've been waiting for him to score,
Didn't score a single goal with the Utah Hockey Club last season. My prediction was last year that his first goal, should it come at home, would have set the building on fire.
Yeah.
Didn't get it last year. He got it this year, and people were fired up. I think that was the big takeaway from Friday's game.
It was good. It was cool.
It was just
that
like
poor Sharks goalie.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I fail to remember which goalie it was off the top of my head, but it was just kind of like a nice hustle play. The puck goes behind the net. The Sharks goalie mishandles it, and O'Brien picks it up behind the net and just wraps it around to bang it home. Nice hustle play.
Yep.
Nice, solid, greasy hustle play. Nothing sexy. Nothing. It wasn't like a frickin' Dylan Gunther one-timer, but that's a Liam O'Brien goal.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was good. It was a good-looking goal.
It was a great goal, and that also supplemented Michael Carcone's first goal of the season.
Yep.
Again, Nick Schmaltz had 3, and Kells had the other one to give Utah that offensive eruption that was so desperately needed. And now we're going into Sunday's game. We just got out. Sam, by the way, thank you for taking care of the tickets on that.
Yes, you're welcome.
I appreciate that, and thank you for sharing your popcorn with me as well.
You're welcome.
And a big thank you to everybody who came and said hi. It's always fun to walk around the concourse in between periods and say hi to our friends. It's a lot of the same usual suspects, but every once in a while we meet new people, and that's a lot of fun. Yeah. How are you enjoying your newfound celebrity, Sam? Because someone shouted you out. I don't know if you remember this. Really, Austin. They're like, oh, there's Austin. Oh, there's Sammy. Yeah. And then our dogs, Mickey and Pluto, who we do an Instagram series, SLC Pups on. They also got a lot of love too. How are you enjoying the celebrity?
It's okay. It's different, but it's fun. It's fun because I feel like I've known a lot of these people because I've kind of seen them behind the scenes on Twitter.
Can you pull the microphone just a little bit closer?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm in a fish. Mm-hmm. It's a little difficult.
Do a better job.
Be a better fish.
Be a better fish.
Glub, glub, glub.
All right, proceed with your human thoughts.
Anyways, I knew a lot of these people behind the scenes a little bit. I was kind of the quiet one on Twitter last year, and so it's kind of fun to put names to faces and stuff because I've seen, people's content and stuff for a long time. So, but tonight's game, I think Nick Schmaltz was still on fire.
He was fantastic.
He had so many opportunities to score again, some really good plays and hustle and I don't know.
No, he's been terrific. He ended up with 2 assists in tonight's game. We're talking to you guys on Sunday night. One of his assists could have very well been a goal had it not
bounced off
of Logan Cooley's butt.
I think it was his shoulder, but yeah,
something like that. But and I believe that might have been Cooley's second goal of the season. Another goal by Clayton Keller, who's been on fire. He added an assist as well, so he's got 6 points in his last 2 games.
And then, of course, the game winner.
Who else?
By none other.
Gunner. Dylan Gunther. By the way, he had a hilarious interview on the What Chaos podcast. I mean, it was, to me, it didn't make me chuckle as much as it would have if I didn't already listen to a lot of Dylan Gunther and I wasn't already familiar with his deadpan delivery. But he goes on this national podcast, and it's one of the sillier hockey podcasts, and these guys are just losing their minds. Pete and DJ Bean, Pete Blackburn, I believe his name, and DJ Bean were just losing their minds at how funny Dylan Gunther was. And I'm he's just that way.
Yeah.
I don't think here's what's funny about Dylan Gunther. I don't think he even knows how funny he is or how good he is at hockey. I think he just does it. It's
that's just him.
He's totally oblivious to just how in awe everybody is at his abilities, but that's what makes him great, so you're right, Sam. Great game by the Mammoth today. They come back from a 2-1 deficit to get the win. 2 goals by David Pasternak of the Boston Bruins. I think it was a good win. Boston's now lost 4 in a row at this point. So they're reeling a little bit. I think this is their last game of a long.
I was gonna say they've been on the road for a minute.
Yeah, a long road trip for them. Just some things that I think we could probably point to as areas of concern. I think, I think the power play. We still feel like there's more to give in that.
Yes.
There's more improvements that can be made. There was one in particular in the third period
that I felt like we did not have control.
Yeah,
almost a whole power play.
Yeah, exactly. I think I'm trying to find it here. Trying to find the point of the game that was.
You're on all periods.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. I'm just trying to sort this out here. Yeah. So let's see here. So whenever it was, the Mammoth went on this power play about midway through the third period, and they just struggled to get the puck into the zone, and they just kept having
keep it in the zone.
Yeah, I think you're right. They might have generated maybe one shot that wasn't dangerous, that may not have even made it to the net. I don't necessarily, again, as someone who's a hockey tactician would have to explain this to me. It just it kind of feels like their zone entries are a little soft, especially on the power play. And it just, to me, feels like they need to have some more bags in some more tricks in their bag when it comes to getting into the offensive zone. We know that a lot of the guys in their lineup aren't the big heavy boys, particularly the guys who play on the power play for the most part. But I mean, this is a team that can forecheck when they need to. Dylan Gunther's game-winning goal tonight came off of a pretty solid forecheck here. Let me cue it up. I'll just remind you, Sam. I know you were there.
Yes.
But just to cue it up here. Boston's controlling the puck. They're getting ready to break it out of the zone. JJ Paterka
take it away.
Great defensive play to steal the puck. Gets it over to Gunther for the one-timer, and it's in.
Yep.
I mean, this team can't. I mean, you can forecheck with your stick. You can forecheck with good positioning. You can force bad passes. And I think they have to be willing to let the other team make mistakes in the defensive zone and just get the puck in there and then try to get it back. Yeah. I think that needs to be more a part of the Mammoth's game plan. Hey guys, that Nick Schmaltz guy, he's pretty good, huh? He's got some magic going on with his stick, huh? And I bet those mitts have some silkiness to them. Well, if you want to find out for yourself what you can do to score yourself a Nick Schmaltz stick and a pair of his gloves, head to slcpuck.com, subscribe for free, puts all my content right in your inbox. No filler, no junk, no crap, just killer stuff every time we publish the goods here at SLC Puck. Again, head to slcpuck.com, subscribe for free. Once we hit 1,000 subscribers, someone's going to skate away with a few killer pieces of team history, some gloves, a stick from Nick Schmaltz, who, by the way, is not involved with this promotion. Neither is the Utah Hockey Club. Just saying that for legal reasons. But get to Utah. Get the Utah hockey content straight in your inbox by heading over to slcpuck.com, subscribing, entering the giveaway. Now let's get back to the show. But, it's hard to complain, right? Like they won 3-2, but just some things that like I noticed that kind of drove me crazy. And the same thing, right? I was talking to my friend Matt about this as we were leaving the game. Michael Carcone gets a virtual breakaway. He gets the puck. The defenseman at the Boston blue line broke his stick. He's forced to skate backwards and play defense without a stick. Yeah. Carcone, like rather than attacking the net, tries to make a pass over to Kevin Stenlund, and Stenlund, gets stymied, or I think the puck might have been blocked. But I was like, someone needs to be a little bit more aggressive in those situations and just get the puck on net, especially when you're on that one-on-one situation against a guy who doesn't have a stick. Like, what's he gonna do? Just skate at him, force him to skate towards him. You can make a dangle to get around him, or force him to hit you awkwardly without his stick. I think that's you could draw a penalty that way relatively easily. I think there's just some areas for refinement. Yeah, for sure. I could use some work. But anyway, what were some positives from the game that you enjoyed as well, Sam?
Well, everybody loves a good fight every once in a while, and we did get that also from Spicy Tuna tonight.
Sure did.
So that was enjoyable, Do you want
to relive it really quick?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, let's watch it here. Here's Liam O'Brien taking on Mark Kastelik here. This was early in the first, and it was crazy watching Tuna kind of jarred up with Tanner Janoy, throughout the rest of the game. I think there was a chance he was willing to drop the gloves a second time as
he
well.
Was talking lots.
They were cross-checking each other at the face-off dot. It was a good time.
And here they go.
Yeah, good. They were both swinging, spinning, chucking overhands.
Liam trying to get that right free as well.
He's cocking the right. He's taking an undercut.
I would imagine this was planned a little earlier.
And
he goes down
they're going
first,
for a little
but he
bit.
ends on top.
Yep, spins around. And they probably just got tired. That's a long fight.
It was a long fight.
Like over 20 seconds on that fight. Matt McConnell on the call there. So, yes, the fight was great.
Yes. There was also a little roughing between Tanev and
a Boston player, huh?
Yes. That was fun to see, too, because been kind of waiting for that from Brandon Tanev a little bit too, to kind of see that spicy side of him, and so it was fun to see that as well.
Yeah, I believe that little kerfuffle was between Tanev and Nikita Zadorov. So yeah, there was some good physicality in this one, from some good some Sunday night fighting. Get the week started off nice. I think some more areas of concern, though. I believe Boston won the face-off battle. I'm pretty sure Logan Cooley remains under 50% for the season. And Kevin Stenlund had a dismal night at the faceoff dot. He went 6 for 13 for 31%. So their best faceoff men are not getting the job done right now.
We talked about maybe we were going to have to pump up Veggie, but I think we might have to pump up Cooley. Like, I don't know. I just don't feel like we've seen a ton from him yet. Mm-hmm. I mean, technically he had a goal tonight, but it bounced off of him. I'm like, I just want to see a little bit more from him.
Yeah. I mean, statistically, through, what is it now, 6 games, he's got 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points. He's a +2. He wants to get a $10 million a year contract.
That's what I mean. Like, I want to see a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
No, you're right. He's generated just 11 shots this season. I do think there's like a lot of hustle from us. I think he's probably the most willing forechecker on his line.
Yeah.
But maybe he's just putting a little bit too much pressure on himself. Like he's a young kid. I know he said all the right things, gave all the PR, like he's 21, gave all, said all the correct PR statements. I'm going to let my agent handle it. I'm just going to worry about the playing.
Yeah.
How
there's
could you
probably
not be
so much
about
stress. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So anyway, I mean, and this plays into management's hand. Obviously they want to see him play well. When he plays well, the team plays well, but this is not hurting their stance in the negotiation either. So it's an interesting situation to follow as the season progresses. Is it too early to check the standings in the NHL, Sam? I don't think so.
It's never too early.
It's never too early, right? We're now 6 games into the season. Utah Mammoth sit in 3rd place in the Central Division. So if the season ended today, Sam,
we'd be there.
We would be in the postseason. They've got a 4-2-0 record, 8 points in the standings, goal differential, 17 goals for, 13 goals against for +4 differential. The Mammoth have won their last 3 in a row. It would be nice to see
more of those goals for, looking at that. Other teams have 21, 22, 19, like there's quite a few teams ahead of them in goals for.
Yep, even the lowly Chicago Blackhawks have 22 goals for. Vegas Golden Knights, who might be the best team in hockey this year, 26 goals for through 6 games. Obviously, it all depends on matchups, right? I can't tell you who the Golden Knights played in their first 6 games, but they're looking pretty good right now. They've got 10 points in the standings. They're leading the Pacific. The Avalanche, who Utah played in their season opener,
and who they play on
and who Tuesday. They play next. Yep, are sitting at first place with 5 wins, 1 overtime loss for 11 points to have a 3-game cushion on the Jets and Mammoth at this point.
It's fine though. Tusky will be there.
Tusky Magic. The Colorado Avalanche, or the Colorado Mammoth, that lacrosse team. They can bitch and moan as much as they want about it, but we've got the real Tusky Magic on our side. You guys can keep your Yeti footprint logo.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up though, Sam, because it should be noted that the next 5 games for the Mammoth are very difficult.
Yeah. I think the Jets, the Blues.
I'll just tell you, Sam. The next 5 opponents are all actually next 6, I guess. But we're just talking through the end of the month here to finish out October. Are all playoff teams from last year.
Yes.
So yes, you're right. They're playing the Avalanche at home on Tuesday. So yes, we'll see some Tusky Magic perhaps.
Yep.
But after that, they head to the to the Nation's Gateway. I don't know, what do they call it? St. Louis, because they have the arch. So it's something like that. Yeah. On Thursday, on Saturday they play Minnesota, which right now sitting in last place in the Western Conference, but in the Central Division. But you got to think, that won't last forever. They just spent $17 million to a year, actually over $100 million, $17 million a year on Kirill Kaprizov. So you think they would probably want to turn things around quickly, and I imagine GM Bill Guerin will do everything in his power to do so. On that Sunday, they play Winnipeg on a back-to-back, so very cold back-to-back from Minnesota to Winnipeg. Those are not too far, but still, there'll be a little bit of a challenge. Play 2 games in less than 24 hours. Both those games are slated for 4 o'clock on Saturday and Sunday. And then they'll stay up in Canada to play Edmonton on Tuesday. So next 4 are all against divisional opponents. Next 5 are all against Western Conference playoff teams. Next 6 are against teams that qualified for the Stanley Cup playoffs. So it's a really important stretch for the Utah Mammoth. We know from covering the team last year and listening to Trent Hess make his predictions, which are creepily always correct, that it bodes well for a team to be in playoff standings by American Thanksgiving.
Yes.
So before we, break the wishbone, before we get the turkey basted, before we get the,
before we have the nap afterwards.
Have all of our cranberry sauce, all the fixins ready.
Yeah.
It would be nice if the Utah Mammoth were in playoff position, but this stretch is really, really crucial, and especially considering, 4 of those 5 games are on the road. I think that's a tall order.
Yeah.
If they can find a way to get wins or points in 3 of their next 5 games, I think that you could call that a big win.
Yeah.
I think if they could find 4 points out of the next available 10, I think that would be okay. I think you could take that.
Yeah.
But I think, again, if they can find a way to get 5 points out of the next possible 10, I think you have to call that a win. 6 points would be great. If they can get 7 or 8, or even 10 or 9 or 10.
Yeah.
Terrific, but it's a tall order. So this is where this team really finds out what they're made of now. We're in the thick of the season. It's going by fast.
Yep.
I can't believe we're already talking about games at the end of October already.
No. October went by super fast. It was crazy.
Went super fast. We wore a lot of great costumes. We had the set decorated well, and we had a lot of fun. And we appreciate everybody who's been tuning in to watch us, to listen to SLC Puck, your twice weekly podcast on the Utah Mammoth and hockey in Utah. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, follow us on social media. Follow Sam at SLC Puck Sam on Instagram. If you're going on a Disney trip, scan her QR code. Hit her up on Wonder Makers Travel, BigTuskEnergy.com. Did I forget anything? Probably, but who cares? It's late. Let's get the episode up.
We're sleepy.
We're sleepy. You're a sleepy fish. We'll get you back to your tank. Have a good night, guys.